Hey everybody, I'm going to make some shrimp gumbo. All right, and I'll let you know what I already did. I'll put the recipe on the video so you can copy it and give it a try in your own house. I've already cooked the chicken, cut the chicken up, and the sausage here. All right, go ahead and cook that here. I already cooked it in this pot right here, so make sure you use the same pot. You don't need a clean pot. I already put some oil in here, alright, if you can see that. Now, I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of flour, and I'm going to make a roux. That's the first thing you need to do. Remember, use the same pot. It already has the taste of the chicken and the sausage, so all you're doing is just adding some more flavor and changing that. Now you have to keep stirring this, alright? Make a roux. You want it dark brown. It's kind of a little bit beyond tan, alright? So I'm going to go ahead and make this roux. Put the fire on high as well, because you don't want the roux to simmer. Alright? I don't know if you can see that in here. I don't know if you can see that, what it looks like, to get an idea. But keep stirring. After that, it's very, very simple. What takes the most time is the prep time. You need tomato sauce, but that tomato sauce already comes pre-made. It's right here. All you do is open it, pour it in. You don't have to make it. You can if you want, but apple juice. Apple juice is also just comes right here. You just buy some apple juice. The only thing you really have that takes a lot of time is cutting and cooking the chicken. I use 2 big boneless chicken breasts, and I get the sausage with spice. So if you have the spices already in the sausage, then it adds a little bit more flavor to the food. Alright, I think this roux is about ready. So it only takes a few minutes. Now, everything is just a matter of adding it in, really. So first, take your sausages, your already pre-cooked sausage and chicken, and add that in. Okay. Give that a good stir. Stir it up. Mix that in with your roux. You can let it sit now. Alright, I used 1 green pepper, and I used 1 onion, really 1 onion, but I put 1.5 because I had a leftover half onion there from a different recipe. Alright, while that's cooking, go ahead, add your onions, green peppers. I also like to add a little bit of garlic. Alright, it's not really in the recipe, but I like to use at least 2 or 3 cloves of garlic because I think it tastes much better. So really all you're doing now is just waiting for the onions to look a little transparent, letting them cook. Can you smell that? Yeah, I know. Alright, I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff. The rest, here I have allspice. So we're going to need allspice and salt. That's basically the only seasonings you need. I learned now there are probably hundreds of different recipes for gumbo. This is obviously just one recipe. I learned this recipe here when I lived in Louisiana. That's where, if you really want to taste some really, really good shrimp gumbo, I suggest you go to New Orleans and Louisiana and the U.S. That's where I learned how to make it, how to make gumbo. One of my friend's aunts made shrimp gumbo, and it was just absolutely wonderful. So I got the recipe, not this recipe, but I got a recipe from her, and I genuinely love shrimp gumbo. All right, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt here. I'll tell you exactly in the recipe how much salt to add, and allspice as well. So let's get these on the food, the vegetables and the chicken and the sausage. All right. Now we're going to let that kind of cook into. Now the rest is incredibly easy. All right, you're going to need a measuring cup here. All right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put. Oh man. Okay, 1 cup. So you only need 1 cup of water. So if you can see that on this side here, it says 1 cup. So you need 1 cup of water. But first, make sure your seasonings. Now, don't let it sit too long like I did here, because your seasonings will burn and it won't taste good. Keep stirring. Once you get, it actually smells good. I wish you could smell it, but you can't. But once you get the seasonings in, the rest, all right, I'm going to pour this water in here now. All right, let that go. Along with the bouillon, chicken bouillon cubes here. Okay, now the one thing about the water, once you pour the water in, really all you're trying to do is prevent it from sticking the food. All right, so you'll notice the water evaporates rather quickly. Next, tomato sauce. You almost want to do it like right after one another. Right, here's a tomato sauce here. Okay, that's 1. Okay, I'm going to use some scissors because my hands are a little bit greasy from the sausages here. All right. All right, we're going to get the tomato sauce in here. Just give that a nice stir. Oh, that's looking good now. Now it's starting to actually look like shrimp gumbo here. All right, next here, I have some whole tomatoes. But come on, let's be real now. Let's be honest. Don't put the whole tomato. Cut them up. I'm cutting them up now. Okay, and I'm going to pour that in there with juice and all. Just pour it all in there. As you probably figured out by now, there's a lot of tomatoes in there. Okay, now I'm going to try to pick this up so you can see. Get a good little glimpse here, so you can see what it looked a little bit. I can't tip it too much, or I'll have gumbo on the floor. Okay. After that, well, it's pretty simple now. You're really just waiting for it to come to a boil. You wait for it to come to a boil. When it comes to a boil, and this is why it's called shrimp gumbo. If you know anything about cooking, well, you know shrimp takes 30 seconds to 2 or 3 minutes to cook. So that goes in last, the absolute last ingredient to go into shrimp gumbo. And then you're finished. You can let it simmer and let the spices from the sausages really get absorbed into the sauce. Now you have to keep stirring it too. Let it boil and then stir it so it doesn't stick. Now I'm not wearing, as you can see, I'm not wearing an apron. But you may want to, because the tomato, that all the tomatoes I put in there is probably going to splash all over you. And it's definitely going to splash all over your kitchen, so have fun cleaning up when you finish. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. I almost forgot the what is this? Tomato juice. So for the tomato juice, as you see, we don't have too many liquids, but this is a nice liquid right here to put in. It's going to be 1.5 cups. And I'm going to measure that out right now. Okay. And now it's boiling. Of course, you can't see that, but trust me. Now you add the apple juice. I keep saying apple juice. Tomato juice. Yeah, whatever you do, don't put apple juice in here. All right. Now, if you're making this, probably in America, there are so many other ingredients you can use to kind of make it a little bit spicy. Most Cajun foods have quite a bit of spiciness to it. Where I remember when I lived in Louisiana for 3 years, all the native people who lived there always used to tell me, if you're not crying when you're eating gumbo, it wasn't made right. And I still remember I was sitting in my friend's house and I had a runny nose. I had tears in my eyes. I said, oh, can I have some more, please? Because it just tasted that good. This one is, the one I'm making though, is a little bit mild. So if you don't really like spicy food that much, which I don't see how. I'm going to put a little bit more. So if you're not really crazy about spicy foods, then this recipe should be perfect for you. Because it's mild, as I said, but you can always add other ingredients from other recipes to make it a little bit more spicy for you. But when I made this, I used to make this in a restaurant that I worked at, and the sausages they bought, you could cut them open and really, really see the spices that were inside of the sausage. And when you actually, I used to broil them on a charcoal grill, which makes it much better than cooking it in a pot. And it tasted so much better, and you could really taste the spiciness in it. All right, all right. Now, and I'm not sure if you're aware of this. I certainly hope that you are. But shrimp has a little line that goes down the center of the shrimp's back. That's the shrimp's poop. I don't think you really want to eat that. So what I do is I butterfly the shrimp. I cut right here. I make a slit, take all that shrimp poo-poo out of there, and then I cut it like this, like a butterfly. So it looks kind of like butterfly wings. So make sure I'm very big on cleaning the shrimp. I don't really like some places where they just rip the head off and then throw it in the food. And I said, well, I guess it's all about what you know. Since I know for a fact that's the shrimp excrement, I really don't want to eat it. So if I didn't know what it was, I guess I'd be okay. But I do. So that's really the last ingredient. Everything else is in. Now all we're doing is, of course, once again, waiting for this to boil. And the shrimp, they're already turning pink, and they're already opening up. Okay? And, oh, I'm going to throw all this in the sink because I don't need it anymore, or in the garbage. Now the way gumbo is normally served, I think wait, can you? No, you can't see this. So I'll move the camera when I scoop it out so you can see what I'm doing. But this is almost finished. Here, the shrimps, and I love shrimp. So I bought what is it, 2 trays of shrimp, about I guess 14, maybe 14 to 20 shrimps, and I put them all in there. So the shrimp is really, it's not important how many shrimp. So you can have you can put 20 shrimp in there if you like, and make it a real thick shrimp gumbo. But I didn't. And I'll take one of the shrimps out here so you can see it. Hopefully I'll use this here. So you can see the shrimp has already curled up. See? It's already butterflied, so the shrimp is really done. Now, it's finished cooking now. The shrimp is ready. Okay. Now this is the final part of before you eat it. Now the shrimp gumbo is really like a sauce. So you're not just going to eat it straight out of the pot. You could, but it probably won't taste as good, in my opinion. So what I'm going to do is here's the bowl. Now what I'm going to do is, I already have, now make sure you have pre-cooked rice. Don't put raw rice. The shrimp is not hot enough to cook the rice. So this rice is already cooked here. Alright? Now I just put a little bit of rice in the bottom of the bowl. And I have my ladle right here. And I have a really big job now, everybody, of cleaning this kitchen. Okay, I'm going to turn this fire off because we don't really need it anymore. And stir it up first. Get a nice good scoop. I want a lot. And there you go. Yeah, I'll use the spoon here so you can see. See? Here's the chicken right here. And there's a green pepper. I even got some shrimp. There's the sausages right here. Yeah, I stir it up so that the rice is really red. Alright, and it should taste just like, well, as you see, it's a lot of tomatoes. So if you're not really crazy about tomatoes, then you probably won't like this. But if you do like tomatoes and chicken, you can substitute chicken for beef, pork, just about any kind of meat you want. I just put chicken and sausages in, as I said. But hey, I hope you have fun trying to make shrimp gumbo. I'll put the recipe on there, and if you want some more recipes, free recipes, hey, why don't you check out my homepage? Alright? Why don't you check out my homepage for some more free recipes? You get there on my www.bluehill-esl.com. Once again, www.bluehill-esl.com. There I have lots and lots of free recipes on there you can download for free, obviously. Alright, all you need is your email address and a password, and you can have a good time. Some of the foods they come from different countries. So if they don't come from the US, well, check it out. I usually have the name next to it, the name of the country where the food came from. Some of the pen pals from my Nishiki friends, they send recipes from their home country, and I add them on the homepage. So enjoy. Have a good time making shrimp gumbo, and I hope you like it. See you again soon.